essential to their goals in life. Homeownership is one of the main passionate assets I have and wake up to every single day for every client to accomplish. My success story is about my family. Each day that I wake up and go home to is my children and my husband and my life. We live a life by design, and we live a life of love. Our story is much more than a success story. I am Jackie Stevens with the Stevens Home Team.
Wow.
That video makes me cry all the time.
I can see why.
He talks about it on every episode right from the get-go.
Every episode, I'm like
Yes.
teary-eyed, because I don't know, life has passed me since last year, like, wake up.
Yeah.
I want to introduce a very special person that I consider you special in our life, Nick Krem, for many reasons. And one of the reasons is because you got us to start our business by not being afraid of camera. And, hey, we have a purpose. We have a story. Everybody wants to see it. You got to share it. So we are still using this platform because of you, and we're very grateful to have you here.
Absolutely.
And we want to get back into sharing with others and how you can help others, which you basically helped us with, and that's gain the new technology and get the fear out of yourself. So welcome, Nick, and we're just so happy to have you, Edgar and I. And we just we don't have you a lot of time, but we want you to just shine away on this podcast.
Yeah. Well, I just, anytime Jackie, Edgar, anytime you guys reach out is a yes. I don't even need to know what it is. It is a yes for you guys. I love being on with you guys. I love seeing what you guys have taken with this and running with it. Even that video before, man, that's a great video before this. So like I said, you guys are some of my favorite people in the industry. Anytime you ask for something, I'm there.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Okay. So tell some people like who you are.
Yeah.
We became friends on social media, right?
Yeah.
And how you just like are awesome, like a whole bubble of awesome in Florida. Is that Florida?
No, King of Cleveland.
King of Cleveland. We're back. Yeah. So so my brother and I started our own business about 6 years ago now. And it was an online marketing company helping real estate agents build their brand, get more exposure. And that's how we met. During the phase when we were really more like social media, video marketing, get in front of your clients, how to stay in front of them, how to generate online leads. And recently there's been a little bit of a shift, right? Because we were doing that for years. We were successful doing that, but we realized what was happening in the world. We realized AI getting introduced to the industry, into the world. And we wanted to make sure that we got ahead of this and didn't get put out of business. So my brother and I, 2 years ago, we created the world's first AI certified agent, where we teach real estate agents how to adapt and evolve to the new technology that is getting introduced to the industry. Because I believe we created the evolution of the real estate agent. Because there's going to be two types of agents in the next about 5 years: those who are using AI and those who are out of the business. So we're helping agents make that transition to ultimately provide a better experience for the homeowners.
I mean, wow. and that's, I mean, you're knocking it right out the park, because everybody knows it's the future. I think everybody knows that they better get involved some shape or form with it.
Yeah.
Now, the number one question that we always get, and not that I have all the questions going, but is, what is AI, right?
Yeah.
And there's still so many people that are, trying to get caught up with it. And so for those that are listening, I'll ask the question right out the gate, what is AI?
Yeah.
And we'll get into some more here, but I'm glad that you dove into that business. I'm glad that we have you on here today. So I think our goal, what we wanted to bring to the audience today, was to definitely have some questions answered. We don't want to get too much into how to do certain things, because that'll be you and them one-on-one. We'll let you talk about your company, all that stuff, but just some overall, what we're seeing, how it's helped us, and we basically just dab on it. You know what I mean? So we're excited to have you on, Nick.
Yeah. Tell us.
So
what is AI?
So let's say what it's not first, right? Because like a lot of times, because this is the question: what is AI? What can it do for me? And I see so many people talking about it as if it's a shiny object that's coming and going. Let's first establish AI is not just a tool. It's not just a tool. The frame in which you should be looking at Chat GPT is as your new employee.
Correct.
Chat GPT can read information super fast. It works 125,000 times faster than the human brain. You can upload documents into it and ask it, hey, pull this, this, and this for the information. It pulls it out in seconds. Chat GPT can read. It can learn. Look, how many times have you guys trained somebody to do something and then a week later they're doing something different? You're like, I just trained you how to do this. Like, that's not how Chat GPT works. You train it once, you never have to retrain it again. So it can read, it can learn, it can see. You can upload images into it, and now it can see it and give you responses. It can speak now. Just last week, they came out with advanced speech. So now I can talk back and forth with Chat GPT. As a matter of fact, you can role play with Chat GPT. Get advanced and be like, hey, be an expired, disgruntled lead. I'm going to call you as a real estate agent. And then all of a sudden you can role play with it.
Wow.
Now, with this new model that just came out, it can also think. Yeah. So Chat GPT, before it responds now, it's thinking before it gives you answers. So when people say it's just a tool, I look at them and I laugh. And I'm like, you don't see what's coming. It's an employee. It is the employee that you have always dreamed of. The one that works 24/7. That's $20 a month or free. Works 24/7, remembers the training, builds, advances, gets you information, can read like you, sound like you, and all of these things. If once you start looking at Chat GPT as an employee, then everything changes. And you know, for the people out there that are really wanting to get their feet wet, I got a simple challenge for you. Don't use Google for an entire week. Just use Chat GPT. And you'll start to see how much better it is.
Look at that challenge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was challenged to use the Chat GPT.
Yeah.
And now I can't get off of it. And it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm kind of treating it like it's Google. But
well, and here's the funny thing, Jackie, when you're saying you're treating it like it's Google, the future generations, like the kids being born right now, or the ones that are like 3 and younger, they won't know what Googling something means.
That's crazy.
Search engines won't exist. They won't know what a search engine is. They will just know talking and communicating with AI. So like future generations, they won't know what a search engine is. They won't know what Googling something means.
Yeah.
So like that literally it's going extinct right in front of our eyes.
Yeah. So as you see this as the Google and these, us using this, I used a lot of the Chat GPT, and then I used what was called captions to get my bubbles on my videos. And then I wanted to be an AI twin. So I was just messing with it and pressing buttons, and it took a capture of my face. And then it said, choose a video that you want to incorporate. And I chose one, and it like spoke on my face.
Yeah.
So give us some of your opinion on that, on where is this going with that?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So like, where is this going? And there's some recent things that most people don't see that is happening, right? So one thing that everybody does see that is happening, but I don't think they truly understand the scope of it is, have you guys seen like the ports being closed on the East Coast?
Yes. Yes.
So people are like, oh yeah, they're asking for higher wages and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, no. What's happening is they are trying to stop advancement of their industry. If you look at China's ports and other people's ports over there on those coasts, they are literally run by robotics and AI and a team of engineers behind a computer. The entire port, the cranes are operated using robotics and AI. So what the East Coast ports are trying to do is stop autonomous cranes and AI robots from running the ports. They're trying to stop that completely and put it in their contract that it can't be done. And if you look at history, industries advance every time, whether the humans like it or not. So what's really happening is they're trying to stop the advancement of their industry and say no autonomous cranes, no autonomous AI bots working on the ports, just humans. And we'll see if because this is a monumental battle. Because if you think about it, you guys have probably seen self-driving cars, right? What happens when the entire trucking industry goes to self-driving trucks. Do you think there's going to be a strike there? You can bet your ass there'll be a strike there against that. So like there are things that are happening in other industries. And you look at also something else that just happened that most people aren't looking at right now. So if you guys are familiar with Lionsgate, they created Hunger Games, they created John Wick and like films like that. You guys seen John Wick?
Oh yeah.
Edgar's like, yeah, you see
John
Wick.
All four.
Yeah. Well, so they just partnered with someone called Runway AI. So that way they can create AI movies. Like this is a big movie company. This is not like Nick Krem in his studio creating movies. This is Lionsgate partnering with Runway AI. And they're predicting movies with like Marilyn Monroe that are going to be coming out. And she's fully in the movie. And it's not like a cartoon. It's going to look as real as you and me. So like
insane.
Entire industries and people are going to be displaced. And you're going to have to figure out something to do to either get with it and find a job in which you learn AI, or there's going to be some hard times for some individuals. Because even like when you think of like depth of vision, are the actors and actresses that we see today going to be the ones we see for the rest of our lives because of AI? Because imagine having a young Tom Hanks in a movie, right? These are things that are happening right in front of our eyes.
Exactly.
So when we're talking about like the implications of this, entire industries are shifting in front of our eyes, and people are still talking to me like, Chat GPT is a passing fad. And it's actually quite laughable because
How do you see this affecting our industry? How should we be prepared?
Yeah, great questions.
What should we expect?
So here's what I will say. As far as I'm not going to go years down the road what I see is happening yet. So I'm going to just start with where we're at right now. One, you can create marketing and information using AI. You can create more marketing for homes, identify who is most likely to move into this home, and provide better marketing for the home. So that's one simple way of using it. Also, just the pure time aspect. You know, there's great tools. There's one we're going to be introducing to the industry that is RESPA compliant. So that way you can literally upload your offers, upload your documents, non-redacted into it, and just be like, hey, can you pull this, and this information, the different dates, and then draft up an email for me? Read your entire documents and go through it, or read the CC&Rs and say like, hey, what can I do and can't I do? Do it for you in seconds.
Wow.
So I believe like the time that agents have put into this should never have been done that way. Like some of the time that you guys have spent reading through contracts, reading through CC&Rs, reading through everything that's on there is now going to about vanish. So you can spend more time communicating with your clients and less time behind a computer. I believe it's going to do something interesting for the agents who adapt. You are actually going to become more human, because now you don't have to spend hours looking through documents, hours creating marketing, hours creating SOPs and trying to figure out how to do your business, and have autonomous agents and things running for you on the back end. And we have agents doing this right now. This is not theory. This is not a couple years down the line. Using these tools to eliminate hours of time behind a computer. So, you know, instead of just blinking for long periods of time, you guys can actually sleep.
Yes. And this one's always on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness. I'm like, what are you doing?
Trying to get up with the new AI trends, Jackie.
Yeah.
So I just go to the next page and I get all the info I need, and then I replicate. You know what I mean?
So how can an agent get started? Because I know I'm not 100% familiar with AI. So an agent that wants to stay in the business, and I see how hard it is becoming, because I mean, I'm trying to keep up with the newbies or the new tech.
Yeah.
I am trying my best. I'm barely getting with TikTok, and then this AI comes out, you know. So I would recommend for us realtors on how to get on board with this and be very serious about this and how it's going to be important to their business.
Yeah. How you can get serious with it is hire a coach, get somebody that knows what they're doing. Start learning this. We have a YouTube channel, just AI for real estate agents. We drop free training every single week where we're going to go on there, and it's just like step 1 for Chat GPT. How to train your Chat GPT to write like you, how to use AI for your listings, how to use it if you have a listing that won't sell, how to use Chat GPT to help you sell it. So like we're coming out with trainings every single week and exactly how to do this. And you're going to have to figure out a way to implement this into your business, because I think about 10 years from now, when someone asks you guys like, hey, Jackie Egger, what were you doing when AI was introduced to real estate? You know, and I don't want you guys to sit there. I don't know if this isn't going to be you guys, but there'll be people that get asked and they're going to say, I was busy. And they're going to look at you like, you are too busy to implement the greatest technological advancement in human history into your business. And you were too busy. That's the reality for most agents. I'm too busy to learn that. Oh, I'm busy being busy. And it's going to pass them by. And eventually they're going to be put out of the business and have no idea why. So like, to me, it's just one of those, you got to start and you got to get moving. We do trainings every single week on exactly what to do. Less than 30 minutes. We cover trainings every single week on what to do. If you don't find me, you got to find somebody else to help you implement this into your business, because you either will or you'll be put out of business.
I believe that.
100%.
I believe that.
Because we've been able to tell just on, I mean, now granted, I think everybody that is not taking some type of coaching with it or getting into it the right way are just jumping in and, you know, they just download the app, don't want to spend the extra money for it or whatever. And it's very useful, right? Very, it provides you a lot of great information, but they just wing it. And by winging it, sometimes I think you can come out looking like a jackass if you don't do it right, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I've been able to see. Now with everything that you just said, as exciting as it is, and I'm like, damn, if I can make a younger Edgar, that'd be the bomb, right? Like, how do I do that, and how do I have him replicate and go do all the good stuff? But needless to say, one of the things that always comes up is, how safe are we? Like in terms of, do you see any like safety concerns with you using it, maybe being held
Absolutely.
being held liable for certain things? Like, for instance, that video that Jackie was saying, like if she says something and all of a sudden it wasn't her, it was her clone, but she said
somebody
it, right?
Commented on that. Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, like, do you see that concern, or how do you address that?
That's a great question. And that's a rising concern amongst many in this space that are looking at it, that seeing can no longer be believing. And that's crazy to even think that, like, seeing can no longer be believing. You can literally AI doctor videos to make it look like, I know somebody had a plane crash and then they posted the video and said it happened. They're like, oh yeah, just so you know, this was actually AI. It looked as real as if it was real. There's a lot of images that you see out there on the internet right now. Once you see it, you kind of start to see, like, kind of question, like, wait, I know that's AI, but people are commenting on it as if it was real. And it's actually quite dangerous in some ways, because now it's just information can be spread and now you can't even believe your eyes. Right. So like, how much is that going to play into the psychology of like individuals, of like, you can't even believe what you're seeing online. You can't even believe a video that you saw. So there is going to be definitely implications that come with that. And then you get into the whole, if it's marked as AI or not, do you trust that even? So like, there's going to be a lot that comes with this, and it's just going to be interesting to see how it plays out. There's definitely many theories out there for what's going to happen. But as far as individual concerns, I wouldn't be as concerned on the individual level with the different things that are happening. The biggest thing I would say is, don't upload personal information to ChatGPT. Don't upload your client's information to ChatGPT. Don't upload your offers into ChatGPT. It is publicly shared. And especially with the lawsuit and things that are going out there right now, the last thing that we want as an industry is to be careless with people's personal information. There are some private GPTs that you can use with that information, but just be careful, because ChatGPT is publicly shared.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that's something that I can take with me today. I didn't know that. So I'm going to make sure that we train the others on not talking personal information from clients in there.
No, you do not want to do that. There is a tool that we are bringing to the industry that they're still in their soft launch period that we're going to be sharing. I'll make sure that you guys know it first, but it's a tool made just for real estate industries. It's RESPA compliant. You can upload all your information, your offers and everything into it. Completely safe. It's been issued by, like, verified by the industry. But yeah, do not do that on ChatGPT. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Okay. And so what should we have as real estate agents, or not even real estate agents, because we get all kinds of audience that come back and watch the video for their business, say like their lenders or any entrepreneur. What steps should we be taking right now? As far as like your YouTubes, like what should we do?
Yeah. No, what I would say is start learning how to communicate with AI.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, like prompting and communicating with it is a language entirely of itself. And it's the language of the future. Understand that how well you can communicate and ask questions to AI will determine how well suited you are for the future. So start using it. Look up different videos and different videos and just understand that how well you ask questions will determine the result of that response that you get. Because a lot of times when people say, oh, AI, ChatGPT is stupid, I can tell when something is written by it, or I can tell this and that. It's like, well, you can tell because you're listening to amateurs use it. Or unfortunately for the person using it, they're an amateur using it. If you aren't getting the response that you want from ChatGPT, I hate to break it to you, but it is not ChatGPT's fault. It is your inability to ask it the right question to get the right information. ChatGPT works 125,000 times faster than the human brain. It has more information stacked up in there than anything else really on the planet. So if you aren't getting the right responses, look yourself in the mirror and say, am I going to quit this just because it got a little harder? Or are you going to push through it and ask better questions? Because the better questions you can ask, because the reality is this, I mean, you guys see Apple Intelligence getting baked into every single phone here, right? Yes. You think it's going to stop there? You think Androids aren't coming to us? You think communicating with AI bots and almost everything that you do isn't going to be in the future? So how well you can prompt and communicate with them will determine your success here in your future. So learn the language is what I would say.
Learn the language. Can you give us an example if you were a real estate agent and you wanted to start like, well, I'm just going to say marketing.
Yeah.
What would you say? Like a role play kind of like, what would you be saying into
Yeah. So like, I mean, just for example, like if you want to help create a marketing game plan, right? You don't want to just say, hey, I'm a real estate agent. Help me create a 30-day marketing game plan. It's going to come up with something. It's going to come up with it fast. And don't mistake speed for quality. You want to be very specific with things that you ask it. First, you want to tell it to act as something. Act as an expert real estate marketing consultant. What I want is I am a real estate agent in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, all right. Here, one second.
The king is back.
He's coming back, guys. He disappeared for a little bit. He probably got a call. So we gotta make sure that we have to be super. Yeah, I know we gotta be super detailed when you're because there are some times when I go in and I'm like,
there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Battery ran out on the camera. So you say like act as an expert marketing real estate consultant. I am a real estate agent in Cleveland, Ohio. My goal is to target first-time millennial home buyers looking for their first-time millennial home buyers. And I want to target them on Facebook. Create me a 30-day marketing campaign that will help me target and identify these type of individuals. So like you want to be very specific, like the more specific you can be, the better answers you will get. And after it responds, ask it, are there more questions I should be asking you that I did not? Ask ChatGPT, am I missing anything? Right? Treat it like it's an employee. If you give your employee something to do, it's like, hey, create me a marketing campaign. They can do it. Probably won't be good because they don't know who it's for, what your goals are. So then you can also tell it like, hey, my goal is to generate more referrals from Facebook. Right? So like tell it to act as something, tell it who you are looking to create it for, and then what the goal is. Those would be the three things. Like the who is really important. Your target audience got to be very specific. Because again, create me a post for buyers. And that's what people do. And they clap their hands. Look at the post made for buyers. It's like, no, that's shit. It doesn't work. It's not good. Like I know in school, your teacher told you that there's no such thing as a stupid question. Well, that doesn't work with ChatGPT. There's absolutely such things as a stupid question. You got to be specific.
So be super specific when you're speaking in the Cheapy chat.
Okay. Correct.
So what are some things that help you in your business with AI now that you you grew this company? Yeah. I mean, I see you as like AI certified. Can we use that as designations like on our marketing? Like tell us a little bit how to get into this.
Oh, absolutely. So that's why we created the AI certified agent. So we created the world's first AI certified agent. When I saw Harvard coming out with AI certified engineers, I saw MIT coming out with AI certified scientists and like different things like that. We're like, the real estate industry needs one too. So we took it upon ourselves to create the AI certified agent. Yes, it's a designation, things that you can use in your marketing, your branding on different source. We also created the AI listing advantage. So how you can clearly articulate to your potential listing clients, what makes you different than everybody else, right? Because I believe there are traditional agents and AI certified agents. And what you can do with AI drastically puts you ahead of the competition and everybody else. So I think the question was just, what was the question again, Jackie?
You hit it already.
Okay, cool. I thought I did.
You know, like basically in our industry, like how has it helped you and grow your business, and then how you started AI certified? And you said something that caught my eye about the listing. So what would be an example on how to become that different agent that's advanced in AI and artificial intelligence?
Yeah, like we say, there's a lot of places you can go to learn AI, but there's only one place you learn to take over it with it, and that's with us. So we created the AI certified agent. So there's one place you can go to get certified in AI, and that's with us, with the Krem Institute of Artificial Intelligence, where we teach agents how to lead with a fully trained Chat GPT. So you train your Chat GPT how to run your marketing, SEO, YouTube, etc. And then we also train you not only how to use it for your clients, but also how to articulate it to your clients too.
Yeah.
We always say value unarticulated is value unappreciated. So it's the AI listing advantage. It's just a simple step-by-step process of showing your client exactly how you use AI in your business to outperform agents who don't. So it's creating more marketing and more information there. So it's just basically, how do you win more listings, market your listings, and multiply your listings using AI?
So what would you tell somebody that doesn't really know and it's okay if you hurt their feelings. That they think they could sell real estate by just putting a just sold or a just listed post. And that's what I tell Edgar all the time. People don't give a crap about those posts anymore that you just put just sold, a flyer. They want more than that. So what would you say? Like, how can we get these people up and running with getting into the tech part of it?
I would just ask people a simple question. What makes you different than everybody else? It can't be that you communicate better. Every agent can say that. Doesn't make you different. It can't be how long you've been in the industry, because there's a lot of people who've been in it longer even. So just ask them a simple question. What makes you different than everybody else? And I usually just sit there and wait. They don't really have much. So it's, what we offer too is just true differentiation. So like with AI, there's so many different ways that you can market it. You can target different buyers, target different individuals, and just use it on a fly. And as for like what makes them different than other agents, well, would you rather have your agent spend hours, days, or even weeks trying to create marketing, or have it done in seconds? So you can spend all your time actually selling your home and no time trying to figure out how to market it.
Yeah. Because as realtors, I feel at this time it's very challenging, and everything that's going on with us, with these changes and so forth. But this is scary, to be honest with you, that we need to get involved. We need to be those agents that actually need to get AI certified, because I want to know. I want to do it. I don't want to be left in the trenches or in the sailboat. I want to be with you guys.
Yeah, let's go.
And I always go by this: if you don't raise your hand and ask, you're never gonna know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Get involved, you're never gonna freaking learn. So this is super important for many people to know. So we're gonna make sure that at least you leave us the link so that we can post it, and we are going to attend that training or the coaching on that, Nick. So just give us some other little, I don't know, I want to take over.
Oh, you've done that already, Jackie. You're the takeover. You're the takeover.
Because I don't like I'm talking.
I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, hey, you can just have me be a guest.
Right. Just sit there and look pretty, Edgar. Come on.
I tell people all the time, I'm just a talent, man.
Yeah, right.
But so a lot of great information has been shared. One thing, we ask people to jump on, kind of give up their information, some questions, and these are, they're pretty generic, but I definitely want to make sure they get answered. What are the most promising AI applications? I know we use GPT chat, which is a lot that's being applied. Which one would you see being very good, whether you're a seasoned veteran agent or somebody that's just starting out? What are your, I guess, number one application, at least three that you feel like if they can get going, they can be dangerous?
Man, what I would say is, Edgar, I am going to leave it to one, Chat GPT. That is the absolute, well, I'll give you two other ones still since you said three. But listen, family, use Chat GPT. There's an amazing tool called Explore GPTs inside of Chat GPT on the left side. It says Explore GPTs. And that is like, think of that as like the Netflix library of AI tools. You can type in anything you want, and there'll be these GPTs that are already built and made for you and writing in there. You can type in commercial, and there'll be commercial real estate, and there'll be hundreds of GPTs that will help you with commercial real estate.
Oh my gosh.
So like Chat GPT there's so much you can do with it. You don't really need to venture out to other places. Although some other ones that I would recommend, especially for the seasoned ones, it's a tool called Scribe. I believe it's scribehow.com. And Scribe, what it does is you can screen record you doing a task. And then all you do is hit screen record, and then it records you doing a task. And then after, it keeps the recording, but also creates an SOP based on the clicks and what you just did. So you literally, as you're doing it, just do something once, creates a standard operating procedure that you could then either delegate or keep going back to in your training. So that way, if you get a new trainee or new employee, you just have all of these SOPs already built out with the step-by-step process of exactly what to do underneath it.
Gosh.
So that's a big one. And man, I guess it's tough to pick the next one, but I would have to go with HeyGen, HeyGen.com. You literally create a video duplicate of yourself. It looks like you and it sounds like you, and it can create videos for you. $29 a month, and you can create unlimited video content.
Is this you? Is this really you, Nick?
This is me now. Yeah. Although I can send it to things like this.
Let me see. Okay.
Yeah. I could. But what I would say with that tool is don't try and pass it off as you. So have it be like Jackie 2.0 and tell people it's your AI avatar. Don't try and like pass it off as you, because then more people are going to come to it and be like, no way, is this really AI? And they'll be more intrigued of the fact that it is AI.
You know what's funny is I did a video like that, and I said, is this me or is it not?
Yeah.
And my friends, when we went to go to the training, they're like, Jackie, I told her that wasn't you, and I can bet that it was you. And I'm like, so there's people that were confused.
Yes.
That it was me, but I knew it wasn't me. And it didn't, I didn't look very like authentic. I looked weird.
Yeah.
From the face. So again, that's pretty scary.
Choose what application you like, choose wisely, but it sounds like it's all fun and it's all definitely ways to improve your business. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to use it.
I know. So I'm going to ask you a coaching question.
All right, let's go.
I have you on here. So Edgar, say his life is a mess, and I'm a multitasker, right?
Interesting.
Edgar is like focused on one thing. But say I always tell him, Edgar, you have to write things down. You need a better game plan. You need to, but he doesn't like to do the checking off. How did this help him in his business?
What I would say is I would use the new advanced speech on Chat GPT on your phone, right?
Oh.
Because on Chat GPT on your phone, you need to be a Plus user to have this tool. But you'll see there's that little white dot there. And all I do is click that, and now I'm talking to Chat GPT. So it's not me writing it down. It's not even me typing. They're like, hey, Chat GPT, my man Edgar here. You know, he's having a little bit of a hard time making sure that he gets his standard operating procedure in order, making sure he gets his checklist in order. Can you help me out with that? Oh, it's on my headset. There we go.
Procedures and checklists. He could start by defining clear step-by-step processes for his tasks. It's key to keep them simple and organized. We can leverage AI tools for automation and consistency checks, ensuring Edgar's processes are efficient and up to date. How does that sound?
That sounds great. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of start rattling it off some different things that that Edgar's doing. So that way we can come up with a standard operating procedure together. I'm just going to speak these out and you document them. Sound good?
Sounds perfect. Go ahead and list them, and I'll make sure we capture each step clearly. Ready when you are.
Yeah. And then on each one too, can you give me a best practice for each one? Because maybe I'm not doing everything to the best of its ability. If you want to try and optimize some of these systems, just go ahead and do that for me too.
Absolutely. I'll note the best practices as we go. Whenever you're ready, start listing Edgar's tasks.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
You're welcome. Whenever you're ready, just start.
So, and then what you would do from there, Edgar, is literally you just talk to it. Like, hey, look, this is what I'm struggling with. I need help with this, this, and this, and I can't figure out what to do next. Like, great, I'm going to help you. And then literally just speak all of it into your phone, all of the things. You can literally sit there and tell it just everything you did for your day and just be like, how can I create standard operating procedures around this? What can I do differently? How can I optimize this? What do you recommend? And it will literally just go through and you just speak what you did for the day, all the things that you did. It will listen, document it, and then start creating SOPs for you.
That is so amazing. Are you ready to get to work with this?
I'm ready, Jay. I'm gonna be multitasker of the year.
Yeah, let's go. I like it.
And like you said, we need this because our job is to go sell out in the field.
Exactly.
And do our videos, and then we can program all of this stuff into, letting ChatGPT and AI do this.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. What?
That's what I tell people. I mean, if you, like I said, we dab with it, and I don't think I look stupid. You can tell me otherwise, but I guess we use it quite a bit just on little simple things, even just finding information that we want to be able to share with our clients.
Yeah.
Everybody that follows us, whether you're a real estate agent, an inspiring future real estate agent. So this is good because it just provides you with so much information and just key takeaways. So I love it, man.
I just don't think a lot of realtors know about this. It's like,
yeah,
how do we educate people more about this by doing our podcast? And
yeah, I would say this and just lead by example. Lead by example, provide a better service, and continue to do more. When you keep doing more, people are going to ask you, how do you do it?
I love that. Lead by example. Do you think we're on a good route? You think we're good?
I think you're on a good route. Jack and Edgar, you guys always have something up your sleeve. I think you're on a good route here.
Okay. I do want to take the AI certification, so we will get with you on that and then share it with others.
Drop the link here for anybody that's watching it. And I think it's what's the word? Not dumb. I think you're just doing a disservice to your business in any shape or form if you're not even looking at this at all.
Yeah. And what I'll just tell people too is we'll drop the link here too. And there's a place where you guys can schedule a call with me. You don't have to sign up right away. Schedule a call and see if we'd be a good fit. See if there are tools and things out there that might be able to help you save hours and hours and hours of your time. Because I tell people all the time, time's your most valuable asset. There's not a dollar amount in the world that can buy back a second of time you've already spent. So let's just figure out how to use it wisely together.
And how it's going to increase our business and be better at our business strategies. Well, is there anything you want to leave us with today? Because you're just so amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I would just say this. The glaring reality that nobody's telling you right now is you have no future in real estate without learning AI. It doesn't exist. There is no future in this world without learning how to use AI. It just simply does not exist where you don't learn AI and you function in today's society. You might call me crazy, but look at what cell phones did to everything.
Yeah.
Everything changed when these came into it. The same things are changing now with AI. So you can either get with it or you can be left behind. And it's just a decision that you have to make.
It's a decision. Yes. I think somebody asked a question there.
Yeah.
Real quick. How do you foresee the role of AI evolving over the next 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10. See, those are drastic ones. What I will say is like along the lines of self-driving cars are going to be basically everywhere. Like self-driving cars are going to be everywhere. I know Tesla's already toying around with the idea where your car can literally go and pick people up while you sleep. So like it can literally work for you.
I think I saw one of those in Arizona.
Yeah, no, they're in Arizona right now. Yeah, they drive and pick people up. What I would say is this, like you're going to have AI androids that will be cooking, cleaning, and doing yard work just regularly. It's going to be a normal thing around your community and communities around the states. You're going to start seeing those things happening. What I would say is you're going to start seeing entirely new industries. Because, if you think about it, like Amazon didn't exist 20 years ago.
No.
Right. And now the world can't really exist. People can't even imagine a world without Amazon. Well, look, it didn't exist 20 years ago. So there's like there's going to be a whole emerging fields that people don't even know is reality. You know, like there's things like the Neuralink. If you guys have seen Elon Musk's Neuralink that just got approved for another human to get into it, where it's literally taking people who are blind and allowing them to see.
No way.
Right. Yeah. And it's taking people who can't move any part of their body, but now they're moving the screen just by thinking. So, you know, there are things that are happening, and, you know, we're part of a group where there's 150 CEOs from around the world that talk about AI, robotics, and longevity. And there's people who are using AI to now study your DNA, because there are millions of strands of DNA like inside of your body. Right. Okay. And before AI, there's no one that could sit down and like look through all of them, but now AI can. So like there's going to be huge advancements in healthcare. There's going to be huge advancements with just extending human life too. So there's, you know, the world as we know it is going to be changing drastically. Next 5 or 10 years, just be ready to see more AI making your life simpler. Gosh. So you're going to have to, like, we're going to have to find things. There's going to be 2 types of people in my eyes. The people who use this that are gluttonous with it, that then just use it to sit around all day. They can create their own movies, create their own video games, and almost create their own reality. Because, I mean, you think about this, like with VR and what those things can do, there will be people who say, why would I get on a plane, fly to Florida to be on the beach when I could put on my headset and be on the beach in 2 seconds?
That's crazy.
Right. Yes. So like there's going to be people who use it to almost dehumanize themselves. And then there are going to be people who use it to humanize themselves, who search for more enlightening things and true happiness in their life. Because if you have a robot that's doing your cooking, cleaning, yard work, that can create like video games and all these things for you, are you going to use it to then go out and like take a walk in the woods, go out, seek other humans, to then just talk about life, talk about advancement, bettering yourself? Or are you going to use it to literally sit on your ass and do nothing because everything's done for you? So it's just going to be a huge shift. And unfortunately, I think there's going to be a big majority in that second bucket that use it to do nothing.
That's not life though. That's what's so scary. Like where's the human connection going to go? And this could, a lot of people say, is AI going to take over real estate agents? A lot of people say people still need that human connection.
For sure. That's going to exist. There's a certain fields that they're going to shift. I can tell you that they are going to shift. Because let me ask you this. If you had an AI robot that can host your open houses for you, you knew it was going to show up 10 out of 10. You knew it was going to just show people houses. Would you use it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I would, because nobody likes to get up and go to the open house.
Exactly. So like, I think that's going to be a place that, you know, it's going to be That's actually one of my goals. I'm talking to somebody in the group. I want to be the first person to open house with an Android. That would be pretty freaking
it would be cool,
yeah, that would, with an Android. And it's funny that you do say that really quickly, because, you know, I don't even know why we went to the mall the other day, and it just didn't feel like it used to, because I do most of my shopping online. So it gets Amazon delivers it to my door. Shein delivers it to my door. So there was like this feeling of emptiness in the mall because of that, and things making it so easy. Same thing with me shopping for groceries. They drop it off on my front door. So it feels weird for me to walk into Target or Walmart and you're just like, what's going on? You know, I don't know. I think it's changing already.
Yeah.
With that. So I just can't, I don't know, 5 to 10 years where we'll be, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good stuff. So this is a little off schedule, but I'm going to ask it anyway, because I saw this somewhere. I don't know if it was Facebook, might have been Instagram. This gentleman that went back 10 years, maybe 20 years, dunking. I just want to know, was that really
That was me. That was me. Yeah, I'm dunking again, Edgar. Yes.
I
dude.
didn't see it.
You look
Yeah,
great, by
man.
the way, dude. I mean, but I saw it and I said, "Oh, my man is getting up."
Yeah, man. You know, it feels good. I'm not gonna lie. See, like if I try to dunk before the game, I'm gonna be hurt because like my adrenaline's not running. You know, like testosterone's not running through your body. Like it's just not the same. My back and knees would go. But after the game, when the adrenaline's flowing, I'm like, you know what? Let's give this a try. And yeah, I was able to dunk, man. So that was
I seen it.
that
man.
was a regulation hoop too. You know, it was at the rec after we played. So that was all
There you
regulation
go.
there.
I'm going to try to do it at one of my listings. The cord's a little lower for me, so I think I can still knock it out. But
Right. Yeah. Just put one of those hoops on one of the doors, you know, and just dunk on the door. I like it.
AI will give me a good angle.
Mind
Right.
you,
AI will help you out there for sure.
Mind you, I met you once. You were like so tall. Oh my goodness, Nick!
Yeah.
Nick is
You know what
freaking tall. Yeah. And also make sure you follow him, Nick Krem, on all social media, guys. He is on there for you to follow. We'll put it on here as well with his link.
Yep.
So if you don't have AI and you want to know more about it and stay in the game, you know where to go as far as questions, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll be the first ones to get in on the training for that, Nick.
Let's go. I love it. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. And no, I apprepret you guys having me on.
Absolutely.
Course,
I loved this podcast.
Wouldn't have it any other way, man. Thanks for always I think you're a multi-offender here, being on the show for I want to say maybe 3 or 4 times, and you never disappoint. You always bring some good nuggets, and really.
How do we get the shirt? I want to get a shirt and a hat.
Well, you got to be certified. So like this is like, no, you got to be certified to get you actually, if you get certified, we send you a shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then you get access to the store and everything too.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Nike?
We're in. We're in.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you guys.
You got it.
See you later.